Hello, everyone. This is the first live stream, public live stream from the Birb Nest, and this is day 7, I think. Crypto Penguin, is it 7?
Yeah.
It's the 7th day of our free 14-day Congress, and we are very excited about this live stream because we are going to talk. We have a very special guest, which I will introduce in a minute. We are going to talk about Metaverse and how Metaverse is transforming the media industry. It's the new reality, guys, so stay tuned. And we are back. I would like to introduce you the CEO of MILC, MILC with the C at the end, Hendrik Hey. Welcome to the Birb Nest. Thank you for taking the time to join us in this live stream. I know that it's the biggest day tomorrow for MILC. So
yes, it is.
It means a lot that you're joining us. Just one day before this grand event, which we will cover in a bit. But before we start, give us a brief introduction. Who you are, what's your background, how you joined the blockchain crypto space, and then we can speak about MILC.
Okay, so my name is Hendrik, as you said. I'm a media representative since all of my life. I started as a reporter, I became a producer. Since a couple of years, I'm running my own TV network here in Germany, a nationwide network, and another one in Switzerland. So I spent all of my life in the media industry. And this is where the MILC project came from. At a certain point, we realized that we have to change something when it comes to content trading. Very complicated process, hasn't really changed since 100 years. A nightmare for any producer, but for buyers as well. So pretty complicated thing. And we said a couple of years ago, we have to digitize that. Let's translate the market the way all professional knows it into the digital world. This is how it all starts. A lot of broadcast technology issues to solve. Then we integrated blockchain pretty early, already in 2017, because I said, well, basically we're dealing with licenses. That's our value. And personally, I had the feeling that blockchain was actually made exactly for that purpose, storing value in terms of licenses. So it was natural to integrate that. Then we got to know about the whole tokenization miracle. That was completely new for all of us, completely different opportunities. And what we always try to do is to translate things that are out there coming out of a technology space into our world. And in that particular case, everything that comes along with blockchain and tokenization really fits into our industry. It's more or less natural to bring those things together. That was the idea. Then we thought about how can we actually not only build a professional B2B market, how can we integrate the audience, because this is our main target group. Everything we do is for the audience, but we are actually not connected with them. So that was integrated in the platform as well. We thought about, can we come up with different ideas when it comes to media financing? So that was integrated as well. And then we were sitting there and I was thinking about the website. How could that look like? And I didn't want to have just another kind of Netflix website. I love the Netflix website, but I wanted to have something else. So I said, can we do it in 3D? And then my developers were like, no, it's actually not really possible. You have to use a game engine or this or that. And suddenly they came up with an idea. And then we start developing, and we realized, oh my God, nobody has done that before. We thought that that's the case, but suddenly Facebook came along and Microsoft, and they just suddenly called it Metaverse. Then we realized, okay, we're working on the Metaverse without knowing that we are working on that kind of thing. But the difference is that we're not in our planning anymore. It's not a concept. It's not an idea. It's going to be launched tomorrow, and then it's out. So we are quite happy to at least say that we are coming out with the first global existing metaverse. It's not that Facebook won't do better and Microsoft because the bigger companies, but at least we are first to the market, which is actually great.
So this metaverse, it will be a virtual city where people can join and buy or manage their work. What
Right.
is the actual? Let's say I join your metaverse, right?
Yeah. The thing is, what that
What are
metaverse,
the because here we're talking about real life use cases, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
As you mentioned, media industry has transformed up to a level, they have gone digital, but there is a huge pain point when it comes to people, to creators selling the work, reaching the right audience, should I say. And content creators also don't have the time or the means or the money to actually get their work. Let's say I live in Greece, right? I want to sell to someone in Japan.
Right. Right.
I cannot. So I guess Milk does that exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the content trading part. We make the word just smaller. Compared a little bit like with a guy like Jeff Bezos with Amazon did. He didn't invent the book market new. All he did, he came up with an optimization, yeah, to make things easier and faster. He called it e-commerce. We did more or less the same. It's all happening on the virtual platform. That basically means you don't have to travel that much. It's way easier to get access to different markets wherever you are. But even for buyers, it's way easier to discover new content, because once in a while, I'm a buyer and I'm a seller. Once in a while, I do not know what guys in Brazil are producing. I just don't know. But maybe there's something interesting for me. If I want to get access to that content, I have to travel to Brazil, or they have to travel to Germany, where I am, or we have to meet on a trade fair, and all those kind of things. And that's a pretty expensive process. And then if it comes to a sale, you have to deal with lots of lawyers. You have to deal with intermediary companies like distribution company. They easily charge you 30 up to 50% of your budget. And this does not happen on the platform anymore. Basically, it's a one-to-one copy of the existing market. So anyone who is a professional really will find all the instruments he knows, but he can sit at home and just do his work from where he is. And of course, as we're using blockchain technology, the transparency gets better, yeah, and bigger for everyone. You can protect your values a little better, and many other features. And so that's the B2B part. And then we said another pain point in the industry is content financing. You have lots of projects out there, wonderful creative projects, but most of the time they don't receive financing. Why? Because you have only a few networks out there, a few Hollywood studios, or maybe some film funds. So lots of ideas, less investors. And we said, how can we really open up that market to everyone? How can we make it happen that it doesn't matter whether you contribute $1 into the next Star Wars or 150 million? And this is possible thanks tokenization. NFT is one instrument, but there are others like security token and other instruments. So we have integrated that as well. And we're happy that we can announce tomorrow our first project, which is going to be financed purely through NFTs. And I think that's a big thing for the whole producer world, because this is what they're looking for. They want to do their projects, they want to do their movies. And I think it's way better to let yourself finance through your own audience, through your own fans, than dealing with a TV executive who comes up with a bad idea, rip your script apart or whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's a nice additional bridge from the creators to the audience, and they really fit together. And the third thing is community at itself. What can they do in that space? But there's a lot they can do, because I'm a producer for myself, and I really would love to ask you, when I come up with the idea, whether you like it or not. Yeah, you as the audience could protect me from terrible mistakes. Yeah, if you tell me, yeah, it's a good idea, I know it's not. Yeah, if you tell me, yeah, it's a great idea, then I know I'm on the right track. And why shouldn't I ask you through my creative journey, which is usually a year, 1.5, till it finally gets into the theater or on television? There's a lot of time to interact with my future audience and really involve them in my creative thinking and make them become producers as well. Yeah, and this is something which is not possible today. Yeah, and this is integrated, and then there will be a lot more community features, but we are inviting the community to just say to us, what do they want? Yeah, it's a city. Yeah, there are buildings. We can add new buildings. Yeah. If you
I
come up
think
with
I think you have a few screenshots. I don't know if you have a video, but I believe you have a few screenshots, that you can share with us, because I remember, the discussion we had the other day about there is even a police department there. But I love how the city looked, and we have also a question from our audience, which I guess is a rhetorical question. Will the broadcasting be in German or English or both? All material. I guess you will serve all languages, right?
Sure, it's one planet, it's one world. We are based in Germany, that's all. But media industry is an international industry, so it just doesn't matter. We're not really connected to one market. We know the German market, German-speaking territories very well. So if you want to sell something, we might do it here a little bit more than in the US. But it's an open space. Yeah, it's an open platform. Whether you're from Korea, from China, from India, just go there. And the question is whether you find a partner or not. But there are some other features. This is not in the first version, it's in the second version, which is out in a couple of weeks. We have a translation service, for example, automated, so that you can, that even when I see something from China and I do not understand the word, I at least will have an English translation in terms of subtitles, so that I can have an idea of what the whole thing is about. And that is possible thanks to technology. And I think those are very important in good services that are all more or less integrated. We have integrated artificial intelligence when it comes to search satisfaction, because you are responsible on your network for a certain kind of program, let's say kids program. You're not interested in action movies. Yeah. So over the time, the platform really learned who you are, who is your competitor, who done well, maybe with the program in another country. So it's basically a huge database as well, a very important database, because we collect any information we receive from any network. Any ratings that are published, they are going to be connected to certain programs. And if I'm a buyer, I can easily say, okay, I'm in Germany, but that program did very well in France. The networks where it was on is more or less the same like I am. So it actually should fit to my network as well. Yeah. So those are the services in the background. But I can talk for hours about the services which we will integrate, because it's a complex world.
So how if I sorry there.
Yeah, I just want to say that I really like how you guys integrate the audience in there, because a lot of times I see stuff that being produced and it's it's on air, and I'm like, who thought this was a good idea?
Yes.
How disconnected are they from reality that they thought this was a good thing to produce and spend millions of dollars on? Or it could just ask anybody and they would have told you that this was a stupid idea. But because you have you have the feedback from the audience.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very important point, because I strongly believe if we invite the audience really to guide us as producers, we are doing that for the audience anyway. It's not for us. Yeah, this is our main target group. It's the audience. You're completely right. We should ask. Yeah, if we do, because the audience has a brilliant taste. They exactly know what they want to see and not. And you might see some miracles suddenly in terms of quality. Yeah. Um, if you see network today, it's more or less like an ivory tower, a couple of guys sitting there thinking about this and that, and then there's the next city reality show coming out because another competitor is doing that as well, but nobody wants to watch it actually. Yeah, if I have, as the audience, have an influence on you, I will tell you, no, I don't want to see that. I want to have that. Yeah, and believe me, yeah, or trust me, if I say that, then a couple of others would say that as well. So go into a more quality direction. Yeah. I really see this as a big chance. Personal, I never would produce anything without that service. I'm really happy that from now on, I can ask. I put it on the platform, but just ask when they tell me it's a bad idea. I come up with a new one. I have 10 per day. Yeah, so it's not a problem. But if they say, yeah, you're on the right track, it's edgy, it's nothing popular, it's maybe, but do it. Yeah, then I know, okay, they might support me, and I will find my audience.
So let's say,
and if the audience thinks it's a good idea, and your investor doesn't think it's a good idea, you can just ask the audience to sponsor it for you, right? So you don't have to, wait for like 2 or 3 guys to approve it.
Yeah. Another thing for to liberalize that is exactly to invite. You don't have to on the platform, but you can. Yeah. So basically, if you come up with the next James Bond brand thing, I personally think that it's going to take maybe 10 minutes till the whole movie is financed. Yeah. But the cool thing is, any investor is the audience. Yeah. He's kind of a co-producer. He is an investor, even with $1. So it's actually his movie as well. And if it's your movie, you might promote it. You might tell your friends, go to the theater. It's my movie. I have invested into that movie. Go and watch it. Yeah. So it's a nice interaction. It's very emotional, but it could have a great value as well. So I always keep on using an example, in a movie like Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie. Right? If I would have that as an idea on the big platform, I tell you, it's less than a day till the movie is financed, because everybody knows Queen. It was a $50 million production budget, but the revenue was 1 billion. Yeah. So there's a huge potential upside into that market as well. And why shouldn't the audience, if they are willing, why shouldn't they benefit from that? Yeah. And it's possible. And it's actually, there's no resistance. Yeah. Any TV network would love to let you decide what you want to see and let you finance what I have to air. Any big studio, they're looking for financing anyway. They're not financing by themselves. Better you do that with the audience instead of some greedy investors. And producers love that. So I really foresee that it's going to be a very, very big thing for the big platform. But you can't do it with dollars or euros. It's just not possible. You have to tokenize that. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. It's too complicated. But this is a value that comes out of the tokenization idea. Easy transmission into the movie when the revenue comes in, out to the investor in a second. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
First of all, I see Eugene Nussbaum is very, very popular in the chat of our audience. We are going to discuss about the team in a bit. So let's say I'm a newbie, right? To go back to the metaverse. I'm a newbie. I have no idea, but I create work. Do I need a VR headset to join the platform? No. So and what do I do if I am a creator? Do I rent from you some space to show my work to anyone that is interested, or is there, for example, because it's a big city, right? Do you have specific buildings per genre? So, for example,
Yeah.
let's say if we have drama TV series or documentaries, or how people navigate in the city.
Right. So basically, what we have is a building which is more or less the content palace. That's the B2B market. Yeah.
Good.
And of course, unfortunately, not everyone can have access to that because that's the new stuff. Yeah. So you have to be a professional member of the industry. Otherwise, it's a most interesting streaming platform because you will see things over there which might be in the theater in a year or in two. Yeah.
Got it.
So that's the professional building, but we have so far integrated a parliament, for example. Yeah. We do not know exactly what we would do with the parliament, but there's some voting going on. Yeah. There's a university where we try to bring education into the platform, whether it's regarding blockchain technology or media entertainment industry. There's a bank building integrated, access to exchanges, or
To go back to the university, I don't know if you heard that Crypto Penguin University, right? We can teach people how to trade from there.
yeah, that would be great. And this is what the building is for. Yeah. So basically, it's not really our metaverse. Yeah. We have a building or maybe a couple of buildings where we concentrate our business. Yeah. But there's room and space for many other businesses when they are related to what our intention is. It really works. For example, if you are planning a metaverse for movies, like streaming VR movies, so you could easily open the theater in our metaverse because this is not our business. But it would be great if there would be a theater. Yeah. If you want to establish a merchandising shop for Mickey Mouse, yeah, go ahead. Here's room and space. You can do your Disney merchandising, but there are always already also public spaces like a big place. Yeah, we see that as the place where we can have a voice or video discussions. Maybe a celebrity is willing to communicate to whoever is in the city and explain his work or what he does and how he did that. You could easily start a trade fair, a virtual trade fair, but not the way we have seen it through Corona, which is wasn't really really attractive. It's going to be in the 3D environment as well, and it could have a feeling as if you are on a real trade fair. Yeah, those are the opportunities, but we don't have to be always the business behind that. Yeah, so actually we see that as an open space, as an open city. If a building is missing, then we add one. Yeah, we can build a lot of those buildings. The digital ocean is really, really great, huge. Yeah? So, and we see it's a completely different philosophy. And this is what I like on the metaverse idea. I don't believe that much in, as far as I know, if I now have something like Facebook in a three-dimensional environment, it's still Facebook. I do not know what to do there. Yeah, I can say something and maybe somebody answers me. Most of the time, not. Yeah, but there's no activity. You know? What we want to do is when you come to that city, we invite you to take part in activities. Will you join that director? He's open group. Will you talk to those people? Will you do this? Will you meet people? Just, yeah, this is what we're doing. Just telling you, go there with a certain purpose.
Yes.
Don't just be there. Be active and find friends. Share a vision together. Share a project together. Share ideas. We'll have the horror movie community, the drama movie community, the documentary community. So all the time you can talk about something, and yeah, that's basically the interesting part. The Problem is the technology. Yeah. It's like for us, it's like a surgery on an open heart. We will see actually our metaverse tomorrow, for the first time, because then it's live. We do not. There's no reference. Nobody has done that before. We do not know what's going to happen. Will it collapse because of traffic? Will it work? My developers keep on saying, no, it is working. But we have to discover that environment as well. Personally, I think that's the dawn of a new website generation. I foresee that in the next 5 to 10 years, there won't be any three-dimensional website anymore. It's a new kind of thinking. As I said, yes, there will be that Amazon city. They don't need partners. But why not? Why shouldn't they integrate Walmart and other big e-commerce companies to formulate their mega city in the internet? And that's a completely different kind of thing. And this is what really thrills me, actually, because that's the next step. That's, out of my perspective, finally the step into the 21st century. It's not 20th century anymore. We want to have something new, a new experience. Nobody knows what the experience is. But personally, I have the feeling it's going to be great. It's satisfying. It gives you new opportunities. So I'm very, very positive that this is really a game changer. And we want to be part of that, of course. We don't want to sit around and watch anyone doing that. We want to have one of those mega cities in the internet as well.
So if I understand correctly, what's happening tomorrow is basically you're launching a new virtual city, right? So then in the future, maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, somebody who wants to make it in the movie industry, in the TV industry, it used to be they go to Hollywood, then maybe they'll say, what? You don't have to go to Hollywood. Go to Milktown.
Absolutely.
And that's where you'll make it.
You don't have to go to Hollywood anymore. No, that's the idea. And it's a good example. Hollywood is a centralized city. A lot of the American industry is happening just there. That's why the people love to be there. Even though LA is not a nice city or not a beautiful city, everybody is dealing with the industry. But you have to run around. You have to drive from left to right. You have to meet 10 persons a day. It's really, really kind of a circus. I spent some time there. It's really
a jungle.
It's a jungle. But if you can do it from at home, but just entering that place whenever you want, arrange meetings through all over the planet, discuss your things while having a coffee and playing with your kids. This is actually more convenient out of my perspective, and this is how it will be, because not everyone can be in Hollywood. Lots of people can't go there. They don't have the money. They don't have access. They don't have networks. They don't have nothing. But suddenly there's a city where everybody can go. It's out of my perspective the better choice.
At this point, I would like to have a little pause and say about the Birb Nest, the giveaway that we have in this live stream. So this is the code to unlock the giveaway. You can find the link to the giveaway in the description of the video. And for this live stream, we have 1 month subscription in our calls only plan. So guys, if you want, can you imagine that?
It's incredible.
So guys, take the opportunity, take part in this giveaway, and don't forget that we have free access to our community for 14 days. So make sure to join. All the content is there for you. It's free. And I have a few comments from our audience, and we have actually people that work in the industry. We have Joseph that says, "I'm a wildlife and nature filmmaker with lots of footage available for licensing or repurposing in films and documentaries. Could we collaborate?" So if I am a content creator, how can I join your community?
Fairly easy. Having access to the platform when you are a professional like Joseph, it's completely free. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah, go to the market, onboard yourself. It's a certain procedure. Provide the platform with all the data you have
So
available.
I just go to the website, right?
You go to the website. You have actually, if you're a professional, if you have to go to the Content Palace. This is where the B2B market is. You have to register yourself, and we have to make sure that you're really part of the media industry. It doesn't matter whether you're a big or a small producer. Yeah,
Okay.
that doesn't matter, but you have to work somehow in the industry.
So how do I navigate from the website? Because we have it here in the. If I want to go to the palace.
This is not the website. This is our.
Okay.
This is the
This is
corporate website. No. The MILC website is going to be live tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. So a little bit of patience.
It's actually fairly easy. You go to the to that building, and then it
Yes.
says, "Are you a seller?" And then you say yes, and then it guides you through the process. You can upload any information like your videos, trailers, PR, marketing material. What is the situation regarding your production? Is it already finished? Is it in production? Release date? Metadata like which format it was shot. What is your license wish? What do you want to sell? Do you sell for to the whole world, or do you have already sold it to a couple of territories? So that is basically the onboarding process for the seller. The more you provide the buyer with informations, the better it is for your project, because the buyer needs those informations anyway. And then if a buyer comes and says, okay, I like the content Joseph did. Actually, I like because I have a factual entertainment network, not a movie network. So we're always interested in documentary stuff. So when I say, okay, I like what he has, I get connected to Joseph. And I ask him, okay, I'm looking for this, for that certain period of time, and my budget range is from here to there. And then Joseph can answer like, yeah, okay, that works for me. I can offer you this. Go have a look. It's on the platform. Then I have a look. I make my choice. I even could edit stuff out. Like I want to have a 1 minute lions and another minute elephants and another minute whatever. Yeah. I send it back, and then we make the deal through the platform. There are standard licensing agreements, call it kind of a global licensing agreement suggestion. You don't have to use that contract, but you can. So basically, if you do, both sides do that, you have spent not a single dollar in lawyers. And if the license deal is done, the transmission in any format, in any media asset management system run through the platform as well. So even it would be possible for me as a network, I have bought something from Joseph 5 minutes ago, deal is done, 5 minutes later, I would be able to air it because it's in my media asset management of my network. So that's the complicated technical distribution stuff in the background, the broadcast things.
Got it. So all we need to ask from Joseph right now is a bit of patience. Tomorrow you are having your grand opening of the platform.
He can actually register from tomorrow on.
Okay, awesome.
It might take a few more days till we can open the upload area. Right now we have to connect a few things. Yes. And unfortunately, one of our master developers unfortunately has Corona. So he was a little bit down the last couple of days, but he's still working. But we want to give him some rest because he's a very important guy in the background.
Of course.
Yeah. But it's a matter of days. Yeah.
Yes.
If we open up the whole thing, we have something like 2 weeks of very, very intense work to do. We might get feedback from the community. This is not working. Can you do that? I don't understand this. But we really foresee that everything is smoothly running latest by the end of the year.
Awesome. And there is another comment here, which you covered. It's actually two questions. You covered the first one, I believe, but it's a good it's a good thing because we can speak about the team. So the question here: how do you plan to make the project known to the big production companies? I think you covered that. Have you had any contacts? So it's very important actually to say that this is not a project. MILC is not a project that from just a company that emerged now out of the blue, right? You are backed by Werder Vander TV. So
Yeah,
I'm not.
Peter
I'm
Wunder
not sure if
is,
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
yes,
the
it's
name
right. It's right.
correctly.
Translated, it's
But
Word of Wonders.
this is a media company, a physical media company that exists for decades now, and I guess the team has all the experience in the industry, right? Would you like to give us a few some background on that?
Yeah, Wetter Wunder, Word of Wonder is the translation, is a pretty famous media and broadcast company in the German-speaking territories. But you have to understand that even though the market, the media industry, media entertainment industry is, I guess, the largest industry in the world, the community is quite small. So we have something like 5,000 networks globally, maybe a little more. Yeah, you have a couple of 10, 20, 30,000 producers. That's not really a lot. And you can imagine that somehow we all know each other. We all know whether, even if I don't know you personally, I know your company for sure, and the other way around. And that's a little bit the thing. You can't come out of the blue, like you said, as a blockchain startup, say, I do something for media, because we don't let you in. Yeah, it's a matter of trust. It's a matter of experience. It's a matter of networks that have grown over the time, because producing is very sensitive. Things could go terribly wrong. Yeah, and you're losing a hell of a money. So there has to be kind of a trust layer. Yeah, and we are a very trusted company. Everybody knows that we never failed. We delivered always in time. And we are working with producers as well, from whom we know, okay, he's always in the budget, he delivers always in time, his work is always good. So this is something in between the line. And of course, what we do, actually the industry already knows that the platform is about to come, but it doesn't mean anything when they not have the chance to use it. Yeah. So basically, we will start with our PR campaign, let's say in the last 2 months of this year. Because when I get the information as a producer somewhere, I go to the platform and I want to check it out. I want to try it. Yeah. And then I have to find the things in a way I like it. And then there is actually no resistance why I shouldn't onboard with my content, because it's not exclusive anyway. Yeah, because I, as a seller, I'm on different marketplaces. It's a special marketplace. It's might become the most convenient one, but there's no reason why I shouldn't try to sell my stuff through that. Even the buyers. Why shouldn't I go to a place where I can find interesting content? So this is not a problem for us to get the platform established into the industry. It's actually more as we're dealing with the cryptocurrency community as well, it's actually a little bit more to explain that content onboarding is a procedure. It doesn't go like that. Remember iTunes? I was an early adopter of iTunes, and there were something like 1,000 songs. Few months later, 10,000, 100,000, millions. So, but it took a time to really get all the music on iTunes or on Spotify. It will be the same on our platform. Yeah, it's kind of an exponentieller Prozess. Even our content, we have something like 20,000 program hours. It's going to take us at least a year to get everything we have onto the platform. Yeah, it's it's not just putting a video on it. Yeah, then you have to provide text licenses, technical metadata, legal informations, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and it's very specific. You will see, or maybe you have showcased that. You see once in a while those screens where you see how the onboarding process is. Yeah, it's a quite complex thing. That's why I always said transmitting video files professionally is not that easy as music files. Yeah, but doesn't matter. We have to do that anyway. Yeah. In the end of a process, there's always a technical guy from a network, and he gives you the tech specs, and you have to fulfill that. And it's going to take you quite some time to transcode everything in the format he wants to have, and so on and so on. And that's we are very lucky that we have spent that much time into that process as well in the beginning. That is quite automized on the platform as well, so the producer doesn't have to do it by himself anymore. We do it. Yeah. No,
A year sounds like a long time, but actually, when you think about it, yeah, Facebook's announcing Metaverse, and like they have their VR hardware and stuff, but it's not like that advanced yet. It's not widespread yet. It's gonna take time. Like the iPhone took time for everybody to to become widespread. So it's a good time right now, actually. To start now, get your licensing stuff and everything ready and set up now. In a year or 2 years, when everybody's in VR, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it takes, then if you start then, it'll be too late, right?
Absolutely.
So actually, right now it's actually a good time to get started right now.
Absolutely. And think about Facebook. They started as a forum on the campus in Cambridge. It was a party kind of things. It was quite small, but it was actually that kind of emotional thing. That kind of technology was new. Yeah. But for some reason, a new emotion came into that. Yeah. And of course, at a certain point, the guy with the Cadillac passed by. He donated some money to Mark Zuckerberg and made him to invest and to expand those platforms. A couple of years later, he had 1,200 employees. Now he has 56,000, and he makes 87 billions only with commercial. Yeah, but it was a journey since 2004. Yeah. But that's how business works. There is not a single business that starts on a Wednesday and performs on a Thursday. Yeah,
exactly. Rome wasn't built in a day,
right. Yeah,
and this is a city as well. So
yeah.
The Rome
Actually,
for media.
We have one part of Rome already, but it's not finished. But the other cool thing is that we said, in order to think about by ourselves, what can we do for the community? We said, we invite the community. We invite all the early adapters, those play kids, just test the whole thing. We're going to do kind of a bug bounty, get into the city, find out what is not operating, what is kind of stiff, and what they don't like. Give us the information, we change that, and you will even get rewarded for that information. Because basically, as I said, we can come up with a lot of ideas into that city. The best ideas are coming from the audience or from the users. Yeah. The only thing we can say is whenever there is a cool idea, we are able to execute that pretty fast. Yeah. It's not going to take forever. It's an open matrix. It can expand in any direction, and hopefully the users will tell us what to do, because it's for them.
Okay, I'm taking a few comments here. There are a lot of comments. I see so much excitement.
That's good. Come to the platform.
Yes. I bet they will. So, guys, from tomorrow they is the grand opening for MILC platform. So probably you will be able to sign up from tomorrow, but if not, you wait for a couple of days and it should be fine. Let's go to the MLT token, right? I see that in the website, if I click token, I can see that everything happens using MLT token, so it has great utility. So the payment to obtain the content license, MLT is needed as a payment medium to sign the license. And there will be a staking. If I remember correctly, you work with Firm for staking, right?
Ferrum and MantraDAO, we have 2 staking programs up and running
Okay.
right now.
And there is, I don't know if probably you cannot disclose this information, but there is a question: planned listing on exchanges for the MLT token?
Of course, it's planned. But we have to have some information for tomorrow. I can't tell anything
Of
today.
course, of course. So what should we wait from MILC till the end of the year and first quarter of 2022?
The platform will expand. We will see what comes out. The token, as you said, has a clearly defined utility in that ecosystem. So it's really a utility token by its name. And you can do a lot of stuff with the token. We have, for example, as I mentioned, token reward programs. If I, as a producer, ask you to help me on my creative journey, your information is of high value. Yeah. Usually I have to pay marketing agency for that, to receive that information. So why shouldn't I be able to reward you directly? That only can be done through a token, hopefully with our token. Movie financing. As soon as a producer say, okay, I do accept MLT as a financing, suddenly you can finance movies through media projects through the token. It's very interesting for independence. Uh, uh, and many others. Of course, in the professional world, we are talking about currency differences all the time. I'm dealing with the US. Today, my budget is good. Next day, it's bad. So we provide the industry with some functionalities. There are territories out there that hardly have money, or money that you can accept, like Venezuela or whatever. You cannot accept the local currency, but they have a media industry. So we offer that as a bypass value. So lots of utilities, but for the community, there's a lot of stuff as well. And that's why I always said I see the MLT not only as a token, it's kind of an industrial token. It reflects whatever the media industry can and does. The intention is to make it become one of those standards. I do not know whether we are the only standard in that particular industry, but we want to be at least one of the top 5 currencies in the future. And as I said, it's the largest industry in the world. It's a big, 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 big market. And if you have one value, one industry token, which I call intelligent cash, that's actually a pretty cool thing. And of course, I'm not allowed to do any price prediction, but I'm really happy that the token was supported by a community so far, which actually is not in the industry. It's a bet on what is about to come, but the real strength of the token comes when the platform is open. Then the utility starts. Right now, it's a little bit more speculation, but all I can say, it was defined to have a utility. Once in a while you have just a project with a token, but the token has no meaning. It's just there. Or it's a fundraising instrument, which is cool enough. In our particular case, it was a fundraising instrument, and we've been happy that it really worked for us. But now it is really a functional token in the ecosystem.
And I guess this requires also some education to the users, because we are talking about a legacy market. And when we are talking about a legacy market, conversely, we are talking about legacy mindsets. So people will have very hard time to resonate with different digital currencies, right? Hey, I give my euros, I give my pounds. So where's my money? MLT. So I guess it's one learning curve for the content creators. I have another question for the creative work.
Yes, Johnny
Uh,
Bravo, he makes a compliment. I want to say thank
yes,
you.
yes, indeed, indeed. There are plenty of those today, and I'm really glad. Are you going to provide also copyright services? So if I am a content creator, can I add my work in there, and that will provide the authenticity package or something
Yeah.
similar?
That's the main functionality what we're using blockchain technology for. It's basically kind of a blockchain notary. Yeah. What we can
Mhm.
do is you come up with especially when you're pitching something, you have a new idea, you're in a conceptual stage. Yeah. Usually you go to a network, you present to some TV executive, and they say, okay, we invest into your concept. Go ahead. Yeah. Once in a while, it's happening that, especially when you're small producers, you're leaving the room, and those guys say, that was a great idea, but who is that guy? Let's produce it by ourselves. I've seen it a couple of times. I'm fighting like hell against it because I don't like that. Yeah, a creative idea is the most important value, and it's really really mean if you steal it from someone, especially when he's not strong enough to protect himself. Yeah, so this is what the platform is for. We are witnessing things. Yeah, if you do a pitch, the platform knows you have done the pitch. The platform knows to whom you have done the pitch. Yeah. Uh, if, for example, a network half a year later comes up with the announcement, we are going to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah. Uh, and there is that guy who can really witnessing through the blockchain that he did the pitch. It becomes public, and you better don't do that as a network, because no producer will work with you anymore if they are running in danger that you're stealing. Yeah, it's not happening often, but once in a while. So, but it's not possible. And at a certain point, I foresee that it even becomes or it will get a relevance when it get to court. Constantly, once in a while, there are conflicts. Yeah, for several reasons. Yeah. And I think it's really important that you have that kind of blockchain security when lawyers get used to what that means. They will have access to that, and they see, okay, that's the last contract version. Yeah, that version you're using is not the last one. Yeah, very common thing if I'm in conflict, especially when a big studio and you're a small producer, you're in conflict with me, I'm going to come up with version 1 or version 3 of a contract out of 10, yeah, just to keep you busy, just to keep your lawyers busy, just to make you weak. Yeah. And this is what the platform can do, is that, no, this is the last contract version. There's no other contract. We do not decide whether you're right or wrong, but at least that's the reality. And that's important for the industry. As I said, our value is virtual. Yeah, it's not physical. And we need to have kind of that notary, and blockchain technology is perfect for that. It's just perfect. Yeah, but to achieve that is not that complicated. That's the other beauty. It's very easy. Yeah, so it's not a sophisticated kind of protocol, complicated smart contract thing. It's just a simple hash it in the blockchain. Here it is. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
As we are approaching the end of this live stream, and there is another live stream right after, I would like to ask from you. Let's have 2 minutes to summarize what MILC platform is, the new metaverse for the media industry that will transform how content creators manage their work. But I would like to hear it from you, like in a couple of minutes, what MILC does, and what people should wait from you.
So basically, the MILC platform is a new marketplace providing the whole industry with more transparency, with more fairness, which is really important because it's dealing with creation. Creation is a high value out of my perspective. We are participating from that. So, but it's a meeting platform as well, as I said, where finally I, as a standard guy from somewhere, have the opportunity to get really into the system, lifting the curtain, see what is going on, which is, out of my perspective, very interesting. I know that it's interesting because I'm behind the curtain. I'm the one behind the curtain. Go lift it and see what we are doing. I think I wasn't sure a year ago what the community issue means. Personally, I'm a little bit afraid that the whole community part could become way stronger than the whole content part. Because I know media and content is a very emotional thing. Right now we're talking about movies and these kind of things. Let's talk about journalism. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a journalist as well. Yeah. So we will come up with very fascinating features in the platform very soon. It's already developed by our chief developer who has Corona right now, but he's going to integrate that. And that basically means that what we can foresee is no censorship anymore, not possible anymore, no fake news anymore. Yeah. Really reliable news, little bit protected by a network like blockchain nodes, but in that particular case in a slightly different way. So it's a completely new media era out of my perspective. So many things will be possible. I foresee that quality will increase because producer feel protected by the community and they feel encouraged to go for their visions. The community will tell the networks, go and produce that thing. We want to see it. So yeah, the rest is, I don't know. Yeah, let's talk in a year. Yeah,
we will be here, I'm sure. We will be here, I'm sure. Any last additions from you, Crypto Penguin?
Well, I'm just excited to see what this new Metaverse of Wonder is going to look like, tomorrow. So
same here.
Excited to see that.
Same here.
But don't expect something, from a PlayStation or from an Xbox. Yeah, we're talking about browser-based 3D. Please keep in your mind, it's like it's pioneers' work. Yeah, we're sitting on a horse riding into the west and trying to set up the first saloon somewhere. Yeah,
it's all about transforming a huge media industry, and creating the metaverse for this industry, so all content creators can connect with their audience and producers, as you analyzed it. I really enjoyed this live stream. Thank you so much for taking the time, Hendrik, CEO of MILC platform. All the best for tomorrow. All the best. I'm sure it will be a successful. It's a coronavirus. Coronavirus is not helping, but I'm sure you will smash it. And definitely we will keep in touch.
Yeah, of course. Go to the university and educate. Keep on educating
people.
Yeah.
Yes. We will talk about that. We will talk about that offline. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And we will see you soon. Guys, don't forget, there is a 14-day free Congress. You can access our community for free access to all the educational content we have for you. Let's ride. Oh, there you go, Eugene.
Yeah, sorry guys, I couldn't attend the interview.
It's fine.
Asking for you. Where's Eugene?
I've been in the chat, so I tried to answer some.
You have a lot of fans. You have a lot of fans.
Yeah.
I can tell. All the best to you tomorrow as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are going to nail it. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.